So today we will talk about is a and has a. Is a, has a. Is a means inheritance. Is a means inheritance, and has a means composition or is part of. Okay, has a means composition or is a part of. Has a means is part, P-A-R-T, part of. I've given an example over here of is a. You can have a parent class called bike or a super class called bike and a bike called pulsar. It will be an child. It will be a child or a subclass of bike. So I say pulsar is a bike. I can say pulsar is a bike because this is a child of bike, but I cannot say that bike is a pulsar. So is not two way. Is only one way because pulsar is a bike, but bike is a pulsar. It doesn't hold. It doesn't hold because bike there could be many varieties. Like you can have a Yamaha, you can have a Honda, you can have an X, Y, and Z. Okay, so is a it is actually a unidirectional relationship. Now let us see what do you mean by has a. Has a means is a part of, is or is a component of. Now look here. When I talk about a pulsar bike, I can have an engine in the bike. So I will say pulsar has an engine. But the same way reverse, can I say engine has a pulsar? Christina, does it hold? Engine has a pulsar, will it work?
No, ma'am.
It will not work. Okay, so both is a and has a, they are unidirectional. Is a means it comes under inheritance, you inherit, and has a means is a part of or is a component. Now in serialization and deserialization, we can be using the is a and has a in a very efficient way. I'll show you how the classes will look like. Now look here. I've got a class called C1. C1 is a class. I've even got class C2, which is inherited from C1. So I write class C2 extends C1. I call it is a relationship. Is a. C2 is a inherited class of C1. Okay, so this is how, with respect to classes, you will represent is a. Now let's come to the has a. I've got a class called C1. No way does C2 inherit C1. This is a completely different case. Okay, this is a completely different case. I've got another class C2, but C2 can have an object of C1. C2 can have an object of C1. So I can say C1 has a relationship with C2, like, it is being a component, a composition. C1 has a relationship with C2 as a composition. You call it a has a relationship. So I'll go very simple. When you use is a, when you use is a, you will be using inheritance, the extends keyword. When you are going for has a, you will not be using the extends keyword. Instead, you will be creating an object of the first class inside the second class so that C1 object is a composition of C2. Now we'll see is a and has a with the help of program. I'll take up my notepad. Christina, I believe you're seeing my notepad.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we will continue from where we stopped yesterday. Uh, I believe all of you have done your serialization, deserialization, and you got results. These programs also, which we do today, I recommend you do it together with me. Okay, Christina? Have a question. Have a
Yes,
question.
ma'am.
Perform and is a deserialization is a serialization deserialization with employee. Okay, you can write like this over here. Employee, let's say you can have a part-time employee. You can have a part-time employee. For employee, part-time employee. Okay, employee, part-time employee classes. So I'm going to have inheritance from the parent employee. I am going to have a part-time employee, and then I'm going to do my serialization, deserialization. So I'll take up a new file. Okay. Now, first thing, what I need to do is I need to create a part-time employee. Anyway, luckily, I already have an employee. I have an employee. Now I need to create a part-time employee. So what I'll do is just copy paste this whole thing and change the namings and all that. Okay. So I'll have an employee called P time. Just save it. I'll save it in the same folder. I'll save it in the same serialization folder. Part-time dot Java. Okay, so I'm starting to write my program. I have part-time. It is inherited from employee. So I write extends. I write extends employee. My name, address, employee ID, age. I do have everything in my employee. I need not write it all the way again. Instead, I can have an extra field. Let's say I have an extra field like public string, the category like, is he an hourly or is he a contract and all that. Okay. I even have a constructor, part-time. Okay. I'll even have this dot category is equal to category. Yeah. I'll even have all my displays. I left out one over here, employee age. I just even have age. Employee age. Category. And here I can have age. Okay. So I've added up an extra field, the same code. Okay. I can do away with this code. Instead, I can simply call my super name, address, empid, comma, age. My parent constructor would be called. The same way, what I can do is I can call my parent. Just check this. Okay. I have called my parent method. Okay. So that's it. My part-time class. I'll just recheck. I have a public class P time extends employee import java.io.star. Okay. P time extends employee public string category. Okay. Then I have my part-time constructor. I'm calling all of my parent, I'm calling my parent constructor over here. Calling my parent constructor over here. Okay, and then, okay, here I'm calling my parent method. So that's it. I will save my program. Okay, now I need to do my serialization and deserialization. So let's start doing serialization. Copy the same code and then do a serialization on part-time employee. Okay, so I'll just give a name for this. Is a serialization demo. Control C. I'll just save the program. It's a serialization demo dot Java. Okay, now I'm going to do my is a serialization. I am going to do my serialization on my part-time employee. On my part-time employee. So I'll write over here part-time. P is equal to new part-time, because when I'm no longer working on my employee, I'm going to work on my part-time employee. I will have all these fields plus an extra field. Let's say Anne is an employee who's working on an hourly basis. Okay, so might be fed up with Anne. I'll have Christina. Okay. Okay. Now I'll, like we did last day, you're opening up a file output stream. I won't have it in EMP123. I'll do a new one. Is a part-time. Okay, I'll have a file called, I'm telling you know, all my serialization, do it in my is a part-time, create an object output stream, write my P onto that, okay, serialization is a serialization happened. I'll save my program. Okay, we'll run the program. Java is okay. They're telling it's a serialization happened. I'll open up my Explorer. I will open up my Explorer. Hope you can see my Explorer, Christina.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I've got something called is a part-time. Okay, I do have a file created is a part-time. I'll not attempt opening it like last time. I don't want to take a risk. We'll come back to our program. Okay, the error I had was, you know, I forgot to pass a string over here because, you know, string had to be passed. I somehow forgot typing it. That was the error. Now we have made it serialized. Okay, your object, you have converted it into a byte stream. It is safe and sound in my E column. Now I need to deserialize it. Let me deserialize it. I'll take my deserialization code. Okay. I'll just do a few changes over here. I'll first name it is a deserialization demo. I'll save it first in the same folder dot Java. Yeah, looks good. I no longer have my, okay, I'm doing deserialization on part-time, which, you know, I got from employee. Okay. It is not in EMP123. It is in another text. It is in something else. I don't remember. Okay. Okay, let it be like that. Start. Okay. Now, you don't have employee. You are working on is a, which means you'll have to work on the child class. Okay, I'll have my same path. Control C is the deserialization. Is the deserialization. Okay. Is a part-time. Okay. Object input stream. Yeah, I create my object input stream. I am storing it in my P. Okay. I'll not have all these. I'll directly call the function. Okay, because anyway, now you know that both E dot, P dot all will work. We'll directly go for the function. Okay, I've read it. It is not E dot dis. I'm working on my child class. So it will be P dot dis. I'll save my program. I open up my command prompt. Java C is a deserialization. Okay, please remember it is not employee. You'll have to typecast it as P type. You have to typecast it as P type. Okay, it is P over here. P is equal to null. Let me just check once again. It is not E equal to null. P times P is equal to null. Okay, looks good. I'll save my program. It's a deserialization demo. Okay, I'll run my program. Okay, I get Christina, CTS, employee ID. I even get the hourly. Hourly was something which we gave in the parent class. Through our is a relationship. What happened? The age did not get displayed. I believe in my parent class, I did not have. Okay, I did not have. I did not have SOP age. That is why age did not come. Anyway, so we have now done a serialization, where even when you have inheritance, a parent and a child, the deserialization works perfectly. I'll take back my program. Okay, you did not have age coming because in a parent class we did not give SOP age. That is why even in a child class the disk did not give us age. Anyway, it is working perfectly fine. Now we will see about has a. All of you, please have the has a structure into your notebook. Please have this has a structure. Christina, I believe you're able to see my PPT.
Yes, ma'am.
Please have the structure of has a into your notebook. Once you have it, let me know. Okay, now we will see about has a serialization, deserialization. Okay, have a question. Perform has a serialization, deserialization on employee part-time classes.